San Antonio, Ricky Rubio scored a season-high 34 points and added 9 assists, and the Utah Jazz upended the San Antonio Spurs 120-111 on Saturday night, Sunday, Manila time, for their 5th straight victory. San Antonio had possession trailing 112-109, but Jazz forward Derrick Favors batted down a pass near the three-point line and raced down the court for a monstrous one-handed dunk to essentially seal the Jazz's second win over the Spurs this season. LaMarcus Aldridge had 31 points for San Antonio in their final home game before embarking on their annual month-long rodeo road trip. The Spurs lost 3 times during the 5-game homestand after losing just 3 home games prior. The Jazz were without star rookie Donovan Mitchell, who missed the game due to an illness. The Jazz had no trouble replacing the production of their leading scorer against the Spurs, shooting 57% from the field. Utah was 5 for 8 on three-pointers in the first quarter, including 2 from Rubio over second-year player Dejounte Murray. Jazz forward Royce O'Neale added 18 points, making all 4 of his three-pointers, in scoring a career high. Utah finished 12 for 23 on three-pointers and had 26 assists. San Antonio struggled offensively in the first quarter as it did throughout the homestand. The Spurs went on an 18-7 run spanning the end of the third quarter and first 5 minutes of the fourth to erase what had grown to a 14-point deficit. Patty Mills' three-pointer capped the run, cutting the Jazz's lead to 94-93. The Jazz responded with O'Neale draining a pair of threes and Joe Ingles adding another. Jazz Alec Burks made his first start of the season. He finished with 8 points and 8 rebounds in 25 minutes. Rodney Hood played 16 minutes after being listed as probable with a bruised lower leg. Joe Johnson sat the game out to rest. The Jazz beat the Spurs 189 in Salt Lake City on December 21. Spurs Murray became the first player since Kawhi Leonard with 500 points and 300 rebounds in his first 100 games with the Spurs. Brandon Paul did not play after being downgraded from questionable with back spasms. Davis Bertans returned to the court after a brief scare in the first quarter. Bertans appeared to twist his ankle after stumbling out of bounds while trailing defensively. He asked San Antonio coach Gregg Popovich to call a timeout and went to the locker room with the team's medical staff, but returned a few minutes later and immediately checked into the game. The Spurs' next home game is February